I'm very happy to introduce to you today this beautiful fortepiano, 5-octave instrument, which was built around 1800 in Innsbruck by Joseph Hipp. Joseph Hipp is actually not well known at all. This is the only playable instrument really we have. There's another fortepiano by him, but it has been changed a lot and altered in the 19th century. This one, on the other side, was kept in original state in a little valley here in the South Tyrolean Alps. And a couple of years ago, I played a concert here in Brix and Bressanone. And after the concert, somebody came up to me and said, well, I have a similar instrument at home. And said, well, of course, let me see it. And next day, I drove far up the mountains in a very, very small village. And I was very astonished to find this amazing instrument by Joseph Hipp in original state, of course unplayable, but I suggested to the owner that at some point it should be in a museum and should be kept as a heritage of the Southern Tyrolean culture here in the area and not being sold or put far away or in a private surrounding. And now today we have the first time the opportunity to hear this instrument after it has been restored in the wonderful workshop by Donatella di Giampietro in Florence, Accademia Bartolomeo Cristofori, as for those people who know it, a wonderful address in Italy. And well, let me introduce to the instrument a little bit. As you can see, it has 5 octaves and up there still a G. So it's a late 5-octave instrument. And so it shows it can be late 18th century, maybe even in a traditional way, a little bit after 1800. It's Viennese action, of course, very typical, like a waltzer type of shape, of instrument shape. And it has 2 knee levers. One, as we know, is for sordino, so lifting the dampers. It's on the left side, actually, so the sound continues. And on the right side, with the right knee, I can use the moderator and alter the sound to a very extremely beautiful soft sound. So all these possibilities are in this instrument. It has one additional little tool. This is hidden here on this side. It's a very small stick, and it actually is a fagotto. That means a little bit, a piece of parchment, when silk comes up towards the strings and makes it vibrate. So it has this kind of sound which makes a little, let's say, gimmick, which most of the instruments had, or the gista, as we call it, a little stop, which is very useful for little playable menuettos, trios, for little marches or little pieces, character pieces, which were very, very common in this time and very useful. Besides the well-known pieces by Mozart and Haydn, which have been played, of course, all over the world, European world probably, at that time in the late 18th century, there are, of course, also compositions by local composers. Especially in Tyrol, there were a couple of people coming out which were very famous, like Gensbacher, Ladurne, very important later in Paris and all over. But also small composers who were working as organists usually in churches here in Brixen or Bolzano in Bozen. And they, of course, also composed small character pieces. And I'm playing for you like a selection of little dances by Abbé Bühler, who was from Augsburg but worked for 6 years in Bozen as Domstiftsorganist, as an organ player at the church. And this is interesting also insofar as this piano has, we cannot see it from here, but it has underneath little holes for the lower octave. And originally there was probably a pedal connected with a very simple mechanic, not very elaborate, but it was used probably for organists for practicing at home with the lower pedal as we have in the southern German, North Italian organs. So only the lowest octave, lowest 1.5 octaves are connected. We don't have any model, so we did not reconstruct that, but it's just very nice to know that it has been used, in fact, with a pedal early on. Well, this is basically the instrument. I'm very happy to have it here in the Hofburg in Brixen and to play it for the first time. And, well, hope you enjoy it. Thank you.